Hey, what's going on, everyone? My name is Matt Jarbo. This is the Mundane Matt channel. And oh man, Bethesda, you in some trouble, man. You guys are not looking at some good press right now, and it's something I get. No, they've they've done some stuff here that's going to get them a lot of trouble with the used game marketplace, especially because the story headline that popped up last night was Bethesda blocks resale of unopened secondhand copy of The Evil Within 2. Saying here, unless you remove all Bethesda products from your storefront, we intend to file a lawsuit against you for an unopened copy of The Evil Within Dose. I mean, really? Like, I could understand an unopened copy of Fallout 76 because it's not done yet or out. But in this particular case, it's one of those ones where you're going, okay. So it says here that Bethesda has reportedly blocked the sale of secondhand, still sealed copy of The Evil Within 2 on the Amazon Marketplace, in a move that could have a wide-ranging implications for the sale of used Bethesda games. Now, the seller, Ryan Hupp, received a letter from Bethesda's legal firm saying that he must remove the listing or face legal action. In the letter, which he forwarded to Polygon, he says that the sale was unlawful because it was not by an authorized reseller. Hupp's use of the word new in the listing also constituted false advertising, even though it's an unopened copy. So it's technically not false advertising, but I kind of get what they're getting at here, right? Now, I don't agree with it. It's just the imagination. This is a real big waste of your lawyer's times. But hey, when you drop the money on those kind of retainers, you want to make sure you're getting your money's worth, right? Now, it says here that Hupp originally bought a PS4 copy of the game in anticipation of buying a console, but he spent the money on upgrading his PC instead. Well, there's a win for you PCMR fans. You got another one. Good for you. He complied with the takedown request, but in a response to Vors pointed out that the used game sales are protected in U.S. law under the first sale doctrine. The doctrine allows a buyer to sell the goods of a product so as long as it's not materially different from the original genuine article. So no, cracks, pirates, or fakes or copies. However, Vors claimed that the copy of The Evil Within 2 was not covered by the first sale doctrine because it did not include a warranty. That made it materially different from genuine products, the firm claimed. But what about it wouldn't have had a warranty? I mean, when it comes to, I'm a console gamer, so I get this one quite all the time. It's like I buy something physical, which I prefer to because I like having the case, but then I can't return it once it's opened. How exactly is that going to end up violating the warranty? Now, that is unless the warranty is included with the receipt, meaning you could then take it back and exchange it for a copy that's valid, a copy that works, which that I would understand. But if he were to sit there and say hey, here's the receipt involved with this, would that then constitute a violation of the warranty? You could also sit there once a year at Target and at Walmart, go and return something unopened without a receipt. They take your ID and then you're good to go, right? They do that. So that's kind of a question here. It's where would there be some kind of, would there be another way of looking at this? I don't know. They seem to claim differently. They're the lawyers. I'm an idiot on YouTube. So clearly they know better than me. It says here that unless you remove all Bethesda products from your storefront, stop selling any and all Bethesda products immediately, and identify all sources of Bethesda products you are selling, we intend to file a lawsuit against you. The lawsuit would seek disgorgement of profits, compensatory damage, and attorney fees and investigative and other costs for selling an unopened copy of The Evil Within 2. Now, I don't know if Ryan Hupp here has other items for sale on his Amazon storefront. I have no idea. The initial letter to Hupp received a list of phone number of sellers for Bethesda games to call, which would suggest that this is the only such letter that the publisher has sent out. If a lack of warranty does indeed make a used game entirely different, or materially different from the original, then it could have a big impact on the sale of used games, not just for Bethesda games, but for any other publisher who chooses to go down this route. It should be noted, however, that multiple used copies of the game and other Bethesda games are still available on the Amazon Marketplace. And so this, again, is kind of where the situation lies, where a lot of people are just wait, what are they doing here? Why are they doing this? I don't get it. Well, it actually turns out that Polygon got an update here, and they said, update, this post in its headline has been updated to make it clear that the game in question was sealed and unopened, technically not used, but being sold secondhand. And so what this really boils down to here is Ryan Hupp, when he put new in the title And they looked at that as saying, because they don't want to confuse any people out there that are going to be buying from an official reseller. I mean, was he selling it for like the same price? Was he selling it for cheaper? I don't even know. That it, to me, seems difficult, or seems kind of ridiculous, because you can go to eBay and purchase new unowned or unopened copies of games all the time. Right? It's a brand new copy unopened of this title. People buy games, they save them for years, and then they put them, then they put them out and they do whatever. They sell them as they're unopened. I mean, I haven't heard anything like that coming out of eBay. But maybe it's Amazon and they don't want to mess with anyone on Amazon because it's such a big moneymaker for them. Either way, to me, this is a gigantic waste of time. This is a gigantic waste of resources. And I feel that Bethesda, and this isn't like, you have to understand, this is right. There's Bethesda Softworks, which is the development arm. That's the Todd Howard thing. Bethesda as a company is owned by ZeniMax Media. ZeniMax is pretty crazy about this kind of stuff. And so I think this is definitely, see, a lot of the stuff is kind of referencing Bethesda did this, Bethesda did that. And people are going to assume that this is Bethesda Softworks. It's not. It is the parent company that is operated by another parent company that is kind of full of a lot of, and they've done some pretty stupid crap in the past, in my opinion. So as a result of that, they very much, that's what it is. I think it's stupid. I think it's a waste of time. They should have just said, listen, would you mind taking off the new? Would you mind just opening it up? Right? Would you mind just doing that? And then that would have been a lot better than sending him a cease and desist, that threatens him with a huge lawsuit over selling a copy of a game that came out last year and that people really aren't talking about anymore. Yeah, that's Bethesda in a nutshell. That's Bethesda in a damn nutshell with this thing. It's really stupid. And as a person who does and says stupid things quite often, yeah, it can happen. But the key is to understand that it's stupid and then go, bad, and never do it again. But what do you guys think about this one? Do you think that this is Bethesda overplaying their hand? Do you think this is going to impact further marketplace sales of these games? Do you think it's going to push more people to just buying digital, since if the secondhand market ends up getting really struck by this, are they going to end up going away? Are they going to end up just stopping? I mean, like, that's kind of a question, right? We know that the digital push, the digital revolution is very high, especially, PC is, insanely high. But on consoles, what we're seeing is a big push for the digital side of things right now. And even though gamers love the secondhand used market because it allows them to get games they wouldn't normally purchase at a discount, none of that money ends up ever going back to the publisher. So that could be why that they're starting to do this sort of thing by cracking down on the new and stuff to try to dissuade people from trying to keep something that is unopened. Because again, in the collector's market, something being unopened, mint in box, essentially, is really high. And if they start attacking that and threatening people with lawsuits over that, over trying to have collector's items, essentially, and I'm kind of thinking far off into the reaches of this sort of thing. That would be ridiculous. That would be kind of stupid. So that's where I see it. That's where I see things right now with this. It's really ridiculous, but it does have some wide-standing problems for the gaming industry, the long-lasting, if not kind of nipped in the bud now. So there's a lot of people that are upset about this. A lot of people are raging at Bethesda. They are entirely right to do so. They definitely should, because this is a poor business practice that needs to be rectified immediately. And if that's kind of the theme of the stuff I've talked about today on the channel, rectifying past mistakes is clearly the right course of action going forward. So with that being said, my name, of course, is Matt Jarbo. This is the Mundane Matt channel. I will talk to you guys later. Have yourself a fantastic day, and peace out.